एक औरत जब किसी की धर्मपत्नी बनती है तो वो अर्धांगिनी कहलाती है, यानी कि आधा अंग। और जब किसी इंसान के आधे अंग पर कोढ़ हो जाए या सड़ जाए तो उसे दुनिया का कोई भी डॉक्टर नहीं बचा सकता।
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
मतलब कुछ भी।
Another month, another Matlab Kuch Bhi episode. If you're new to the channel, this episode aims to shed light on some of the most problematic sequences from Indian cinema. This is not only restricted to defying basic logic, but also aims at showing you the double standard of what is considered to be socially acceptable, the blatant ignorance and insensitivity towards beauty norms and race, and how there have been years of the same problem being propagated through films, often even celebrated. This video specifically also sheds light on how representation of certain communities in films has either been caricaturish, and the moment there is an opportunity for representation, filmmakers resort to mocking the community rather than celebrating it. So here is tried and refused productions with shocking Indian movie dialogues or scenes you won't believe were approved. Bandhan. A multi-starrer that released in 1998 and was quite a success was the Jackie Shroff, Salman Khan and Rambha starrer Bandhan. The entire film revolves around the village Thakur, his righteous brother-in-law that believes his Thakur can do no wrong. I don't know why it was the case that all women in the 90s in Hindi cinema were either subservient to some kind of social abuse or would threaten to kill themselves if their lovers rejected them. Jackie Shroff, who plays Thakur Suraj Pratap, cheats on his wife in this film with a courtesan and even brings her home as the new Bahu of the family. The only one who opposes this act is Salman Khan's character, but is bullied into accepting, boss yehi hai, jo karna hai kar lo. And even more so, instructs the first wife that he is dead to her. So if she wants to stay in the house, she has to wear a white sari. What do you think happens? She accepts it as her reality and gives a speech on the purpose of women in life.
बेटी के अपने घर से डोली निकलती है और पति के घर से अर्थी। इतना ही सफर होता है औरत के जीवन का।
Where the principal character and his actions are already problematic, the romance between Salman and Rambha is another khichdi altogether. She is the new city return girl who still loves her village boy Raju. In order to hit on him, she pretends to be blind at night. Yes, उसका एक ही condition है कि सूरज के ढलने के बाद कुछ नहीं दिखता उसे. After many failed attempts, she catches Raju praying for her eyes at the temple. When she confesses to lying to him, he slaps her. And what is the justifiable next action for a girl?
अगर मैं अंधी हो जाऊं, तो तुम मुझसे शादी कर लोगे ना? मुझे तुम्हारी जरूरत है, इन आंखों की नहीं.
Salman stops her and their bond can never be broken. Imagine dealing with a relationship that is so emotionally oscillating all the time, established with the foundation of lies and threats. Tanu Weds Manu. One of the most enjoyable films in this decade was the 2011 Anand L. Rai directed film Tanu Weds Manu. The film had some hilarious supporting characters and presented one of the most enjoyable performances by Kangana Ranaut. A moment that the masses casually forgot about and was extremely creepy is the first interaction shared between the main characters. Kangana Ranaut is passed out of her wits because she has consumed a quarter vodka bottle and 5 sleeping pills. In the interaction with one another, Kangana's character is unresponsive. When Madhavan goes up to check on her, she falls on her bed, revealing her beautiful face. So what does the educated doctor from London deem fit now that she lies unconscious on her own bed? Take a photograph of her for your personal pleasure on the phone, and why not steal a peck as well? He looks around to see if anyone noticed and announces to the family that he accepts the union. Wow. Consent to matlab gaya tel lene. Santa Banta Private Limited. Several communities from all over India wish for representation in various art forms, knowing very well that the Hindi film industry caters to the widest audience. The Sikh community has often been ridiculed and subjected to being a part of gags in movies. The representation of the community has always been restricted to a constantly dancing, drinking and shouting character that was never grounded in reality. Johnny Lever would be entering scenes doing the Bhangra and talking about Lassi and Raja Hindustani, and movies like Singh is Bling and Son of Sardar would further double down on the same stereotype. Loud, intellectually inept, but pure in the heart. Representation in films like Rocket Singh, Sacred Games and Udta Punjab have been few and far between. For all 90s kids, we all know that unknowingly we used to share Santa Banta jokes with each other in school. This not only represented jokes targeting the Sikh community, but further seeped into the subconscious of the masses that these traits are actually present in individuals of the community. So when a movie starring Boman Irani and Veer Das was announced titled Santa Banta Private Limited, the Sikh community especially was frustrated at the fact that this is the only representation they get in Hindi films. Loud, obnoxious and plain dumb characters.
वो कहते थे ना जहाज से आदमी लोग छोटी छोटी चींटी दिखते हैं वो देखो वो चींटियां ही है प्लेन अभी तो बुढ़ा नहीं
The film, which has the most absurd plot of how these two characters get assigned a government-assigned mission that takes them to Fiji, was eventually banned in Punjab. Where I don't support banning any creative product, all the jokes are written at the expense of the main characters, who are nothing but mirror images of the characters from Dumb and Dumber. It's rather interesting to see how when they thought of this plot of dumb characters and their misadventures, they could only envision sick characters.
Okay, be in touch.
Yes. मतलब मानी
मुझे कहा मैं छूते रहना
It's also rather shocking that the otherwise woke king Veer Das even said yes to this film. It's mind-numbingly painful to see him attempt the Punjabi accent and both Boman and Veer to deliver dialogues to further enunciate how dumb they truly are. See, characters from a creative standpoint can be dumb. I'm not debating that as a medium of expression in films, but when minority communities finally get title roles in films and you resort to the same stereotype that has been propagated for several years, you have to empathize with their frustration, especially in 2016. Even worse is Johnny Lever in the film, who plays a Nepali, who further doubles down on the stereotype. A broken Hindi, Shifu looking like mustache, and a kukri holding Don. According to the movie, by the way, is a Chusa Nepali Don. This film was a cringe fest in its entirety. Shivaji the Boss. Shivaji the Boss was one of the biggest Tamil films that released in 2007, where the plot of the film revolving around the business, corruption and roadblocks that Shivaji has to face were engaging. It is the love story in the film with Shreya Saran that is absolutely painful. The film showcases the hero, Oxford educated by the way, catching a glimpse of the girl and being enamored straight away. In order to court her, him and his friend dress up as government officials to take information from the family and ask the most important questions like,
तुम खाना बना सकती हो ना? राजमा चावल पका सकती हो ना?
When they are put in jail for this act, the family comes to bail them out, only to justify their actions by saying, I did this because I liked the girl. But the family is insistent and carry on pursuing the girl. When they get rejected again, a neighbor presents his two daughters as prospective brides, to which the hero's best friend states, it seems like you have roasted them a bit too much. Shivaji further pursues the girl and in order to just get rid of him, she tells him it's because of his dark skin that they can't be together. Rajinikanth further does every regiment under the sky to become fair for the girl, from fruits, egg whites, astronaut suits to fair and lovely concoctions, only to realize that the actual reason is that a Jyotishi said if a man would marry her, he would die. The man, of course, can't take the rejection, so threatening suicide seems like a fit response. The man stands on a track in front of a train until the heroine comes to save the day, and well, they fall in love. Why? Why does this seem socially so problematic? Bhagyavan. In 90s Bollywood, the honor of a woman, if mishandled, was a problem that was dealt in the most odd fashion. In the 1993 movie Bhagyavan, Pran had offered her little sister Pushpa's services as a domestic help to Ranjit's house. When he gets to know that Ranjit took advantage of her and sexually assaulted her, the solution of the elder brother is not to take revenge or wreak havoc in Ranjit's life, but to do this.
हवेली में मेरी बहन अपनी मेहनत बेचने आई थी इज्जत नहीं तुम्हें मेरी बहन के साथ शादी करनी होगी.
So if a girl is harmed, the solution is to marry the abuser, not reprimand him, because otherwise her existence is not worthy enough. The logic has been perpetuated for many decades in Hindi cinema. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below whether you have some video ideas for our channel. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.